Greetings Internet, it's Monica, and today I am here with a very exciting announcement. Today I'm going to be announcing my first ever solo readathon, which is a little scary, not gonna lie. I hope one person participates with me at least. But today I am announcing the koreadathon. So as you might be able to tell from the name of this readathon, it is a readathon celebrating all things Korean literature. So I was inspired to kick off this readathon because over the past few years it's been a huge goal of mine to just read more Korean fiction, whether that's reading more stories that are translated from Korean or that are written by Korean people living throughout the world. That's just been something that has been sort of at the top of my list of things that I want to do more of. So in thinking about that and in doing that, I thought it could be a cool challenge to just like have a week in which, you know, as the book community, we're able to come together and celebrate Korean literature. The koreadathon is going to be taking place from June 29th to July 5th. So if you're American, it'll be over the course of the 4th of July weekend. I did want to keep this readathon pretty chill. I'm not going to be doing like reading sprints or anything like that. It's more so just like supposed to be a celebration of Korean stories and literature. So I might have a few like Twitter chats over on the koreadathon Twitter, which I will link down below, just like asking like what you guys are reading and how you're feeling about your book and all of that kind of stuff. But outside of that, not going to be doing like the typical like reading sprints and things like that. Outside of that though, I do have a couple of optional challenges, 4 in total, that I have set for this readathon. Again, these are optional. You don't have to take part in these if you don't want to. Really, the only like actual must-do challenge is to read a book that is written by a Korean author featuring Korean characters. So I am prioritizing own voices stories here, but it could be written by a Korean author who is from anywhere on the planet, whether that be from Korea, America, England, wherever. So that is the only sort of actual challenge, but these optional ones I think would be helpful if you're wanting some guidance in building a TBR. So the first challenge is to read the group book, and for that I've picked Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, and this book is a brand new release, so new that I don't even have it yet. It comes out the week before koreadathon, if I remember correctly, and I'm so excited for this story. It's been one of my most anticipated books of the year. Ever since I heard about it, it just sounds so amazing. It's set in modern day Seoul, so it'll be, I think, the first book I've ever read set in Seoul, which is really cool. Also kind of sad, but I'm excited nonetheless. It's set in Seoul, and it's an urban fantasy following Mi Young, who is a gumiho, which is basically this like 9-tailed fox that eats the souls of men. And she ends up saving a boy in the woods who is being attacked by a goblin, and the story goes off from there. And so this one just gives me, I don't know if you guys watch Korean dramas, but there are 2 Korean dramas that this one just gives me such like feels for. So the first one is My Girlfriend is a Nine-Tailed Fox, and the other one is Goblin. And I just get both of those, like the vibes from the synopsis just remind me so much of those 2 Korean dramas, and I love those 2. So I'm so hyped to read this book. It's also a like urban fantasy story that is set in Asia, which is like gonna be so exciting and new for me. So I'm really hyped to read this book and to potentially share that experience with you guys. So that is the group book, and then I have 3 additional challenges outside of that. The first one is that on top of wanting to celebrate obviously like new releases and new voices in Korean stories, I also wanted to celebrate backlist books. So the first challenge outside of the group book is to read a book published before 2018. Could be any book. The second challenge is to read a book that has been translated from Korean. And then the last challenge is to read a book that is set in the past. And that could be fiction or nonfiction, just, you know, whatever you would like to read, as long as it discusses or is set in the past in some capacity. Those are the 4 challenges for koreadathon, and I think that's everything I wanted to discuss. But if there are any additional announcements, I will be sure to share them over on the Koreadathon Twitter account, and I'll also be sharing my TBR for Koreadathon the week before the actual readathon, so you can check that out shortly. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. If you're going to be participating, also please let me know. And then make sure if you share on Instagram or Twitter to use the hashtag koreadathon or tag at koreadathon on Twitter. You could, I guess, just tag me on Instagram, just so I can find your posts and like them and reshare them and all that stuff. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!